What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris
And Mal.
podcast, episode 82, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good evening, whether you're at work, you're off, at home, whatever you're doing. Hope you're having a good evening. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got Ms Ballin D coming on for a few to talk with us about a few things. So we're going to get right into it. So let's get to it. And we are back, Cris and Mal podcast, episode 82, Takeover Wednesdays. Mal, what is going on?
Man, feeling good. I'm really excited to have Ms Ballin D back, man. I really enjoyed her last time, so really excited about that.
And without further ado, Ms Ballin D, what is going on? Thank you for coming back.
Absolutely appreciate you all for having me. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into these topics, man. Caitlyn Clark versus WNBA. It's been the topic of discussion since the weekend, since the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever. Kennedy Carter, the hip check, whole spill with that, the Monty McNutt and Stephen A. Smith situation where they go at it on first take and just a whole discord about Caitlyn Clark. And of course, I wanted to get Ms Ballin D on here because I know she watches the WNBA really really close. She knows what goes on in that world. So without further ado, Ms Ballin D, how do you feel about this whole situation with Caitlyn Clark and the WNBA and everything that's going on?
It's crazy, Chris. I'm really over it. Someone as you mentioned who covers the WNBA extensively, covered
Hmm.
the WNBA extensively. So it's more to the WNBA than Caitlin Clark.
Right.
No one can discredit what she's done to help move the needle forward to elevate it where it is currently right now. But Caitlin Clark is not the WNBA, and it's just become exhausting the amount of attention that has been given to Caitlin Clark in regards to her being the golden child of this league. It's become such a disrespect to the other 142 women of this league. And people are creating these narratives of these players are jealous. These players aren't jealous. They're frustrated. They're competitive. They're competitors. And quite frankly, Caitlin Clark has been given everything on a silver platter. It's called privilege. So these players who have been in the game, who have been working hard, who have been fighting for playing time, who have been fighting for endorsements, who have been fighting for exposure, you bring this young lady in who has not won anything other than a scoring title that's debatable. You give her everything, you make her the face of the league, the golden child. You protect her, you give her all these excuses. So you damn right you have a target on your back. You damn right I'm gonna come give you my best every single night. Yeah, when you have people like Gino Oriema saying, the league is targeting her, well, isn't that what she wanted? Isn't that a part of you being the go-to girl in which everyone has created the narrative of you to be? It's just become exhausting and it's taken away from what's really being focused here, the basketball. There's some great other storylines, such as Connecticut. They're 9-0. They're the first team in 7 years to start 9-0. Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, the things that they're doing collectively as a team. It's just so many other storylines that are being missed. Asia Wilson tonight, she becomes one of one, has been doing phenomenal things. Player of the week, also player of the month. It's become exhausting and it's unfair.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is unfair. And the crazy part is that it's mostly the men who are like in disarray when it comes to the WNBA. It is men in the media. I just think that because it's now on a bigger plateau and people are now covering it, they don't know how to handle it because they don't watch the league. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand the league is physical. It's already been physical. They've been beating on each other, in the paint and doing all that stuff. They've been hurting. Like it's been like that. It's just now some fresh eyes on there. And like you said, the golden child of Caitlin Clark, she's feeling that effect of this league. So now they're like, oh, they're too rough. They're targeting her. They're going after her. Now, as far as the whole situation, how did you feel about the Kennedy Carter situation?
I mean, definitely, I'm sure all of us was here and be in agreement that it wasn't a basketball play, right?
No.
But in basketball, it happens all the time. You do something, some get caught, some don't. Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark didn't get caught with her elbow, or did she not get caught, or did the refs turn a blind eye to the golden child of what she's been doing all season long? She gets her hits in, she jabs, she yells at them.
Mhm.
It goes unnoticed. And Kennedy Carter, she just happened to have got caught. But I don't know if it's her getting caught. She wanted them to see just exactly that. And as you know, Kennedy Carter has not been someone who has been perfect in this. We
No.
know that's who she is. If you follow the league and you cover the league, you know that's exactly who she is. That's the type of player that she is. But we can all agree that it wasn't a basketball play.
No. No, it wasn't. And like you said, Kennedy Carter, and if those that don't know, Kennedy Carter, she got kicked off her first team because she didn't even get along with her teammates. Like, and I'm like, if you don't get along with your teammate, what do you think she gonna do to you?
That
So
part.
so and she's actually, and I heard this notion that people was like, oh, who is she? She's a nobody. I'm like, she's actually a very good player. She wasn't a lottery pick for no reason. Like she was the fourth overall pick in the 2020 draft. So she's a pretty good player coming out of Texas A&M. So I'm just saying. But no, it wasn't a basketball play, but hey, sometimes players get frustrated. You get an elbow to the face. She talking trash to her, and I just think she gave her what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna get that. Like, I think the thing is that because I've heard Caitlin Clark talk, and yeah, has she complained about a few things? Yes, she has. But I also know she also said that she understands that this is what's gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is gonna happen. They're gonna come after her. The media has pushed her up and hyped her up so much, and we've seen this with any type of when LeBron James came into the league, his own teammates was kind of looking at him like, yeah, we gonna show him like you know what I'm saying, like we better than him, and he had to show them like I'm LeBron James. I'm better than y'all. You know what I'm saying? He had to prove himself. Everybody, Michael Jordan had to prove himself when he was in the league. Because at that time, it was a Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas league at that time. So every rookie has to come in and prove themselves, and they're gonna get tested on a night to night basis until they show we one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? So, and Caitlin Clark is no exception to that rule. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna have to prove herself on a night to night basis. And this whole notion that she's the meal ticket and we gotta protect her and all this other stuff. Like you would think that like Caitlin Clark is getting put in headlocks and body slammed and DDT'd every night and stomped on and you would just think she was just getting assaulted. And outside of the Kennedy Carter play, most of that stuff was just basketball stuff. The screen that she ran into, that was a regular ass screen. You got to get around that. That
Not
that
to add
comes
how
in the
much she also flopped. I mean, yes, it was she was caught off guard, but she sold the shit out of that flop. Like
yeah.
she sold that.
And she does that well. She she does that well. She knows how to sell them flops. And hey, most star players once they get to it, LeBron James is the king of flops. So he does it all the time. So yeah, I just think it's a crazy situation where they just putting this like I get it. She came out of college highly touted and everybody's looking at her and she's brought in a fresh pair of eyes. She did do that. We're not discounting that. She did do that. But she's not the only one in this draft. And I agree with Angel Reese in this. If it wasn't for the whole situation with the whole at the national championship when she showed her up, like we wouldn't even like be talking like yeah, she was Caitlyn Clark was making a name for herself, but that thing took it over because now it put a villain out there. Angel Reese became the villain to Caitlyn Clark, so now she became the darling of of women's basketball. So then all these people started coming out of the woodworks hating on Angel Reese. Oh, she shouldn't have did all that, even though a week before Caitlyn Clark did the same thing, but it's just a double standard thing going on here with Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark. And Angel Reese, I like that she's embracing it. She's like, look, if I got to be the villain, I'll be the villain, whatever. I said it on Twitter the other day. I said in 10 years when we get Caitlyn Clark versus Angel Reese 30 for 30, it's gonna be crazy. So and somebody put in the comments, somebody in the comment section said they probably gonna been on the same team and won a couple championships together. And but it is what it is. Mal, you are the home resident of Caitlyn Clark hate. I love it. No, I'm just playing. What is your thoughts on this situation, Mal?
Well, I agree with Ms Ballin D. I'm kind of burnt out on this whole topic. I think Caitlyn Clark. I think this whole topic is fucking stupid. Excuse my language. I think this is played out. I don't even think this situation should even be that big of a deal. I've seen way worse in the WNBA. Like I think the Angel Reese situation with her and I forgot the lady's name, Elisa Thomas, when she did the hard foul and she got ejected. I thought that was way worse than what the little hip check. That hip check was nothing. I low key think she flopped. But for the most part, I think with the media coverage, I think you just kind of seeing the pure ignorance in the education of the WNBA. If you're really familiar with the game, come on, them days with Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, and all them Teresa Witherspoon, all those ladies, man. You saw like those aren't punks. Like those like Lisa Leslie will try to mess you up. Cynthia Cooper, she was a dog. And then on top of that, when we hear cats like Stephen A. Smith talking about like, Caitlyn Clark is the golden goose and you're supposed to protect the asset. There's been so many golden gooses of the WNBA. Like I said, Cynthia Cooper, Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, Maya Moore, Asia Wilson, like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, Della Dawn. Like I can go on and on and on. And like, yes, Caitlyn Clark has put a lot of new eyes on this sport. And for them to keep saying that these women are jealous of this young lady, they're not jealous of this young lady. I just think they're burnt out on this whole topic. I don't know, like they're not going to continuously keep taking the talk of they need to bend down on one knee and kiss her feet. Like no grown woman, no competitor is going to want that. We don't ask this for players of the NBA. You know what we hear? Oh, they're too buddy. They're two friends. We need to get back to just not liking each other. Now all of a sudden we got this young white girl from Iowa, and all of a sudden you expect all these great players, these great competitors, not just women, but just of all genders, wanting to just be like, yo, like we're just gonna lay down and let this woman just do what she wants to do so we can get this sport to grow. We're gonna let her win. We're gonna let her score 40 points. We're gonna let her do whatever she wants and just say, forget us. Like, what are we talking about? Like, people keep thinking that Caitlyn Clark is the reason why all these eyes are on the WNBA. This league has been revving up for this moment. There's been plenty of players that have gotten this league to this point. Caitlyn Clark is just the one that, we're in the moment of the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird era of the WNBA, to me personally, because Angel Reese is correct. Chris, you are correct. Before that whole waving in the face national championship game, were there a lot of eyes on women's college basketball? Not like that. It wasn't like that. Like, people were talking about Caitlyn Clark every now and then. I saw Sports Center. Yeah, she get her little 40 points and all that. We ain't gonna talk about how terrible she is efficiently. Like efficiency, she's terrible.
Her plus and minus.
Her plus and minus is terrible.
Turnovers. We're not gonna go there.
What's the difference between her and people talk about how bad Trae Young is, that he ain't a winner? It's literally the same thing to me. Like, what does Caitlyn Clark do that Sabrina Ionescu has not done, or Kelsey Plum has not done, or Diana Taurasi has not done? What, just because she wants to shoot 30, 40-foot three-point jump shots? But if I recall, there's been some cats, the same cats who've been praising Caitlyn Clark and all that, were the same cats that were saying Steph Curry ruined the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, at the end of the day, with this situation, I said, we're just seeing the ignorance of it. We're seeing the disrespect that these ladies have to continuously go through. That whole segment on Monday on First Take with Monica McNutt, salute to her. She did her thing on that. She showed up Shannon Sharp and Stephen A because they look like clowns on that. I've never been more disappointed in those two gentlemen off that one conversation, because they just literally showed the pure ignorance of their insight into that league. You're asking women to do something that is uncompetitiveness, if that's even a word. Like, you're asking them to be uncompetitive. You're asking them not to be, like, you're asking them not to play the sport. So I don't know, man. It's just I'm tired of talking about Caitlyn Clark. I'm burnt out on Caitlyn Clark. I think there should be more eyes, and people should be talking more about A'ja Wilson, because she is the face of this league. She is the star of this league. You are correct.
Best player in the world.
Best player in the world. It ain't even close.
No.
But you have other teams that need to be talked about more. Connecticut Sun, the New York Liberty. You have other young athletes. Cameron Brink. I love her game. I think I like the LA Sparks. Yeah, they're not in contention this year, but I give them a couple years. They're gonna be right there. You know what I mean? The Dallas Wings, all of them. You know what I mean? Chicago Sky, and we can go on and on. There's so much talent in this league. So much talent in this league that needs to be talked about way more than Caitlyn Clark, because y'all keep getting hyped off these, she scored a little 20, 30 points or whatever, but she be 4 for 17, to have 10 turnovers with the L. Like, they only got 2 wins. Yeah. And it was against uncompetitive, and they were lower squad teams. Like, they ain't even like nice. You know what I mean? So I'm like, just let her just be. Like, Caitlyn Clark is gonna be cool. I'm not, like, I've always said it. Like, yeah, I'm not a Caitlyn Clark fan. I think they overhype her like crazy to me, because I think there are way more talented ladies in this league. Like, defensively, she's terrible, but I ain't gonna go into that. But reality is, let her be, because it's unfair to her as well. I wish she would talk more about it. Like, yeah, Chris, yeah, she does say little things like, yeah, it comes with the territory, but she don't give that energy like Angel Reese does. Angel Reese be like, yo, it's this is what it is. I came for this. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, how people were kind of saying the whole Kendrick and Drake thing, where Kendrick, you could feel the energy from Kendrick when he was rapping and going against Drake. You didn't feel that with Drake. I feel it with Angel Reese, and I believe what she really means and what she's saying, that, yo, I expect this. I want this. Caitlyn Clark is like, it doesn't go my way. People are getting away with things that they normally don't get away with, but yeah, it comes with the territory. Now, come on, man. You think I believe that? Certain little things.
She plays victim. She's the victim. She plays victim
all the time. But yeah, as I said, you can sit there and talk shit, but when somebody want to come punch you in your mouth, you sit there and want to be courage the cowardly dog. I'm gonna use the Emmanuel Acho language. He said that about Angel Reese. No, you need to say that about Caitlyn Clark. Angel Reese ain't no courage the cowardly dog. She faces her competition. Caitlyn Clark wants it to be her way. You have a lot of people that want it to go her way, which is cool. You want to be a fan of Caitlyn Clark? No one's mad at you. Be a Caitlyn Clark fan. That's cool. But don't disrespect the other ladies that are in the league who've done way more than her. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, I agree, man.
So, Chris, I want to ask you too. What did you think of the whole Monica and Stephen A. Smith? Because I had a conversation. Me and my brother had a debated conversation that's agreed with Stephen A. that says 3 years ago, no one was tuned into the WNBA. No one cared. No one mattered. So even if Stephen A. wanted to push the narrative, he had no one to push the narrative to.
That's not true. That's not true. I mean, you had Diana Taurasi in the league at that time, so you could have just been pushing her. Like, there was other players in this league that you could have been pushing at the time. And regardless, Stephen A. Smith has enough voice and platform on ESPN alone, because obviously he's running shit over there. Like he got all these. He can hire like the half of the black staff over there. So you tell me he ain't got no pull, no push, no. Hey, he can't tell the producers, hey, can we get like a little 20? Not the little quick shit that he talking. I'm talking about like, can we get like a little 30, 20-minute segment for WNBA? He could have did that a long time ago. He could have.
100% he could have. Like there's too much talent in this league. And yeah, okay, she packs arenas. So does Asia Wilson. Like people keep telling me, like, oh, like Caitlyn Clark is the main reason why they're moving into NBA size arenas. The Aces been doing that. What are we talking about?
19 of their 20 games are sold out.
What are we talking about?
Las Vegas Aces.
So you want to see the product? You want to see the product of Caitlyn Clark? Like, yeah, okay, numbers don't lie. It don't lie on the other end too. Like, this is what we talking about. Like, people want to always just looking on the Caitlyn Clark side, but looking on the other end too. The league was going up. The league was getting on more national televised games. The teams were getting put in bigger arenas, more eyes on it. Yeah, Caitlyn Clark might have sped it up. No one's sitting there and denying it, but don't sit here and tell me that she's the savior of the league. The league never needed saving. It was heading in the right direction. It was. People need to stop acting like this figment imagination where this league was literally dying. It's not dying. They've been growing the league. They added the Aces came from San Antonio. They're adding the other teams. This is the reality of it. This is the reality of it. They added the San Francisco team before Caitlyn Clark came in the league. She ain't bring no money in yet. She was bringing it into Iowa. So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? And the other conversation is that it's really starting to show that some of these black men really just don't have a lot of love for black women in some cases, dog. Like, this is the reality of it. Like, what are we doing? I've never seen a whole bunch of black men just literally hand over feet trying to defend this white girl. I'm like, where's the defense for Asia Wilson? Where's the defense for Angel Reese? Where's the defense of Candace Parker and all these young ladies who've done way more for this league than Caitlyn Clark has done? This is the reality. This is the reality.
When you think about it, Mal, that's really where we are in society today, right? And so when people say, people who are in this space, Monica McNutt, women are just an attack of men because women are at the forefront. We think that, everything should be pro-women. That's the whole argument that people are pushing to the men in this space that are trying to cover it. Men aren't covering it from a space of we're knowledgeable about this. We're making ourselves knowledgeable. They're tearing them down. They're making it a sexist conversation. Oh, they're lesbians. 98% of the league are black women. Black women can't unapologetically be themselves in this league without a bunch of darts being thrown at them. They can't just show up and hoop and play basketball. Caitlyn Clark can. She can just show up without, she's gonna be praised. But the problem, I think, also with Monica McNutt and a lot of the black women who have made a lot of noise in this space, respectfully, is that's the whole narrative. You haven't taken the time to protect the women in this space. Period. Yeah. It's as if you look at these women, individuals outside the basketball court. You don't look at them as women professional athletes. Who cares? You don't value them in that space, which is why a lot of people don't understand why a lot of people praise Monica McNutt. She stood 10 toes down, stood up to two men who wasn't giving her the time of day, who took their time, who really wanted to silence her. Just because you speak louder than her, just because you speak over her, doesn't mean you're more knowledgeable, doesn't mean it makes you right, doesn't nothing. But that's what the women in this space, especially in the media space, has been fighting for years.
100%. For years. And it reared its ugly head. It really did.
And I will say that, at least Shannon Sharp did bring her back on the nightcap on that same night, and he had a little bit more of a, nuanced conversation with her, and you could tell that he dialed it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He actually was more receptive of Monica McNutt, and I also like that she told him, like, watching your show is it doesn't make, you know, because she was even like, I was kind of skeptic on coming on your show. That's why a lot of women don't come on your show, because the conversation you and Ocho have is kind of like, you know, I ain't trying to tell you what's going on in my bedroom.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And they do be getting a little raunchy, and it's funny, you know what I'm saying? But they do be getting a little raunchy. So I can understand a woman not want to come on Nightcap. They might want to come on Shay Shay Club Shay Shay, because that's a little different venue. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was a good conversation. He was a little bit more, you know, dialed down. He wasn't all up like he was with Stephen A or whatever. So,
and you know, I want to say this too. Like I saw the report where I think I just saw it when I was about to get on, where you know, Kennedy Carter and the Chicago Sky team, you know, they got harassed when with the whole situation when they got off their team bus. And look, I'm gonna say this, man. They need to reel this in. On all sides, they really do, because this can get there in dangerous territories where like we really have like a diehard fanatic fan base. Like this is like, I hate to say it, I'm not trying to get in a political sense, but this is like in like Trump territory sense of like how this is going right now, as far as like that Caitlyn Clark fan base. Like, but we got to reel it in a sense, and I think Caitlyn Clark needs to step up. To me, this is going to show me a lot about her character. In a sense, is like and her leadership is like, can she reel this in from her fan base? Like, no one's sitting there and being mad at, you know, her fan base. I just think they go way too far in them trying to defend her. Like, it doesn't need to get that deep, and it ain't that serious on some real talk. But we cannot sit here and start having, you know, Kennedy Carter and some of these ladies like Angel Reese and all that start being affected in the sense like they're getting harassed, they're getting bullied, they're getting threatened. All that, like, all that needs to cut. Like, I would love to hear Caitlyn Clark be like, yo, look, if y'all want to root for me, that's fine. But y'all need to understand, y'all need to respect these ladies. You need to leave them alone. We're in this together. We're in this league together. We're all competing. And at the same time, we're all trying to make this league better for us women so we can get paid more. We can have better charter flights. We got, you know, whatever it is, they need to better facilities. Like, this is a lot of stuff that they need to get. And a lot of that is on ownership. Like, I think the Aces have been the pioneers of it based on what they've been doing. You're starting to see a couple other franchises starting to mimic what the Aces have been doing. You know, shout out to Mark Davis. He's really trying to invest into these ladies in this team. The city of Las Vegas is really trying to invest into this team. I thought that was laughable with the whole situation where WNBA was trying to investigate the Aces. That was comedy. Like, what we doing? This is professional sports. But not to be long-winded, but yo, I would love for her to just kind of reel this in. On both ends, I think everybody needs to calm down and like let's just chill out, like, and let's just all root for this league to be better, because there's a lot of talented women in there in this league. I think this league is heading in a great direction. Like, and it's only gonna get better. The likes of Juju Watkins and Paige Buchers, they're all coming, and it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. Like, Juju Watkins is the truth. I think she gonna be the next thing. To me, I think she's gonna be the LeBron James of the league or the Michael Jordan of the league. Like, that's how I feel about Juju. I love her game. She's gonna be transcendent, and Paige is gonna be even nice too. Like, and that's not including all the other ladies that I'm forgetting. You know, I apologize for them, but again, like, let's just everybody just chill out.
More coming.
Chill out the Caitlyn Clark
that's
stuff.
That's a good point you make, Mars, because the whole conversation was we wanted to see the attention that the college players got. We wanted to see it transfer over to the league and to the WNBA. Okay, with this rookie class, we saw that. But now that you have the eyes, how do you keep the audience there? Mm-hmm. And with all this negativity surrounded around the league, all this racial talk and everything, the black eye that it's getting because of the new fans and things of that nature, people are going to start to turn away. They're going to say, this is too much drama. I can't take it. I'm overhearing about Caitlyn Clark. And you're going to lose the audience in that regard, the viewership and everything else. You're going to be going in the wrong direction. So we have to try to find some type of way to, like you say, put an end to the whole divide of what it is. And a lot of it is on the media. You know, you knew 2 years ago Caitlyn Clark was coming out. You should have better prepared. But the media put her on a pedestal. The league put her on a pedestal, put her on everything before she played any minute in it, you know. So, you know, they're part to blame for it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like the national media they weren't ready to handle this. Like you said, Ms Ballin D, they should have been prepared for it. But I think they just thought, oh, this was going to be the Caitlyn Clark thing, and she was just going to walk on rose petals and be the rookie of the year and be the best player in the world. And
I mean, it's playing out how they wanted to, right? That
Mhm.
that unfortunately, this is the world we live in.
And-
They're the privilege they get.
Mhm.
So it's playing out exactly how they wanted to.
But
And
Caitlyn Clark has that power to control it, though. She
Absolutely.
does. She can literally rewrite the whole narrative. She could,
For sure.
if she, with just one. She really could, and she just, I don't know why she won't do it. I don't know why she won't do it at all. This whole time, like Monday, I haven't heard anything from her. I think she should just came out and be like, "Yo, what are we doing? What is it? Where's this conversation going? We shouldn't be worried about all this little BS. We should be worried about uplifting this league." Not worrying about like me versus the league, or me needing to have women just bow down at my feet. No, I want to compete. I want these ladies. I want these ladies to give me the best. Yes, we don't want people to get hurt and cheap shots and all that type of stuff. But like, what are we doing? Like, come on, let's move on. Let's focus on what we have, because this season has been really good so far, minus everything else.
For sure.
one last question, Ms Ballin D. Do you question her teammates not coming to her aid as much?
You know what? I talked about that earlier on my podcast. A lot of people are also pointing fingers at Aaliyah Boston, saying, why aren't her teammates showing up to protect her? Why aren't y'all standing your ground for her? But when you look at it, we don't know the dynamic of that locker room, right? Just like you say that these players are jealous, those same players are on her team. We see the ball's not moving into Aaliyah Boston anymore. That offense isn't rolling through Aaliyah Boston anymore. We don't know what that type of dynamic that is in the locker room. We don't know that Caitlyn Clark is a good teammate outside what we see in the public eye. So, I mean, and at the end of the day, Aaliyah Boston, she ain't her savior. It's not her responsibility to save her, and that ain't in you. That ain't in you. You know what I mean? So I think that's unfair to.
I do agree with that.
I think that's unfair to Aaliyah Boston and other teammates. Because at the end of the day, like Caitlyn Clark, she creates her own smoke as well. You know what I mean? Like people were on one hand, you say you are to support, you are to protect, but when Angel Reese stood up and was applauding what Kennedy Carter did, we don't know that she was applauding her action. She could have been applauding her team. Okay, well, that could have been a way she was willing her team back in. She got all the smoke for that. So you can't have it both ways. You can't pick and choose. It's good for the goose, but it ain't good for the gander. Make up your mind.
Yeah.
Can't say better myself.
Yeah, and I'm more so questioning the veterans on that team more so than Aaliyah Boston. She's a second-year player. She's a, you know what I'm saying? She's young, just like Caitlyn Clark. Like, she's trying to get her footing in too. So,
but that also says something about Caitlyn's character too. Why aren't they coming to your rescue?
Yeah, and that's the other side of it too. Like, most if you're great in the locker room, you're gonna stick up for your guy or your lady. You know what I'm saying? The star on your team. You're gonna protect your team. When Kobe got into it with somebody, one of the enforcers came in and slapped somebody. Somebody having Michael Jordan, one of the enforcers on those Knicks teams. Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley was beating everybody up on a nightly basis. So it was always an enforcer to protect the golden goose. You know what I'm saying? And if Indiana Fever, if that's y'all golden goose, I'm just saying. And you might be right. She might be up in the locker room like I'm the shit and I'm better than y'all. And
we don't know.
I'm not talking to y'all. I don't have no conversation with y'all, because you can see and I think it starts from the top too, because the Indiana Fever's coach, she ain't that good, but she ain't that good. She's that team is bad. It's a terrible.
They're bad
because you can see the dynamic on. You look at the good teams, the Sun, the Aces, the Liberty. You see them. They got camaraderie. They're on the same page with each other, and that comes from the top coaching. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the Fever, it's like they're just in disarray. They're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Bad shots. Like it's bad basketball.
I think over there, I think they're still trying to build their culture over there.
They are.
You know what I mean? It's a young team. But Aaliyah Boston is trying. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that image of her trying to talk to Caitlyn Clark at, I don't know if it was like halftime or at the end of the game. Yeah. But she's trying to kind of uplifting her and stuff like that. It's just like, it's just certain dynamics with Caitlyn Clark that I don't know. I don't know what's the enamoredness of her. Like, she be pouting, she be cussing out the refs. Like, I get it. She shoots the 40 foot threes, but What is it? What is it so special about her? I'm really asking. I'm really asking.
Privilege.
Like Ms
It's
Ballin
her
D.
privilege. It's her privilege and her entitlement. That's what's so
I'm
special
gonna
about it
ask
for
you.
her.
Like, I'm not even gonna worry about that. Like, what is it about her game that makes her so much more special than like a Diana Taurasi or a Sabrina Ionescu or a Kelsey Plum? To me, I look at her game is no different from theirs. Like anything she did in college, I saw Sabrina Ionescu do that. I've seen Kelsey Plum do that. I've seen Juju recently do that. So what makes her? I obviously we all know, but I'm gonna ask you what makes her game so much more special. Why she is now the golden goose, as Stephen A would say, of the league.
It's hard to say, right? Because you even then you do the compare and contrast, and I talk a lot about the Aces because I do a lot of coverage from the Aces, and I think they're the golden, they're the top standards of the top tier of what it is. You compare a Jackie Young to a Caitlyn Clark or a Kelsey Plum to a Caitlyn Clark, and they're so dynamic. She doesn't play defense. You want to say, oh, she has 6 steals. She happens to be, she understands the game. So she happens to be a deflection of a ball. She happens to be in the right area. It's not because she's locking you up at like a Jackie Young. She's locking you up at half court, 94 feet, picking you up. She's not doing that. Yeah. Her turnover ratio, her point, her plus and minus when she's in the game. For me, that offense runs better when she's not in the game. If you ask me, they have better chemistry when she's not out on the court, in my opinion. So to me, without her showing the fact that she can launch and shoot from anywhere, for me, she's not very athletic. She's not versatile. She has a great eye for what she can pass. I give that to her. She sees the court very well. But anything outside of that, she doesn't impress me. Yeah,
it's just like the flow of the game with her. It's just, I don't know. I feel like
it's very
obviously
ISO.
She's very ISO.
It's very ISO. It's just...
And I get it. She's definitely going to be better. Like no one's sitting here and saying like she's going to be terrible. She's definitely going to be better in the game. Like the flow of it. Her just like I don't know, man. I don't get it. But besides Caitlyn Clark, I want to ask you what are some of the other storylines besides Caitlyn Clark that you're excited of, that you think people should be watching out for more? Stuff like that.
Just talking about, as we talked about, the Connecticut Sun team, the things that DeWanna Bonner is doing over in Connecticut, Alyssa Thomas, the things that she's doing. And we're talking about Alyssa Thomas has been doing this year after year on a bum shoulder. She's still yet to get shoulder surgery. Have we not forgot? Like she's still on a messed up and still busting. Arike Ogunbowale for Dallas. She had her first 40-point performance the other night. We know she can go. Finally, we see Jewel Lloyd and that Seattle Storm team. When they eventually find their way, that's going to be scary. Last night, the storyline that could have been told if you follow the WNBA, Seattle and Phoenix for the very first time. Diana Taurasi, last time they were here, I caught it on tape. It's still getting clicks on my Twitter. They were going at it on the bench. No one knew about that. There's so many other storylines that can be told that is getting pushed to the back because of everyone is talking about Caitlyn Clark. Asia Wilson is a top tier, one of one, not debatable front runner of MVP. If you vote her for this year, anything other than first, we know the reasons why. It's just like we talk Cameron Brink, the thing that she's doing in Los Angeles. To me, she's making a bigger presence for her team. Also, Rakia Jackson on the same team.
Yeah, Rakia.
Erica Hamby, the things that she's doing, coming back from having birth, giving a baby, she's carrying that Los Angeles Sparks team. Nafisa Collier, the year that she's having for Minnesota, the trades that happened, the new team that they have, Courtney Williams. There's so many other storylines that we can tell to highlight and bring exposure and gratitude to these women. We're not being told.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about the NBA real quick. We got the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. Game 1, we're in the finals. The game 1 starts tomorrow. I just wanted to get Ballin D real quick thoughts on that series before she gets up out of here.
I'm gonna take Dallas in 6, man. I think Kyrie is ready to prove a point. You just cannot go against Luka. I don't know if Jason Tatum is gonna show up. The Jason Tatum we want to show up. I think it's gonna be hard to dethrone that Dallas team. I definitely think it won't be a sweep, but I definitely like Dallas in 6.
Okay. What'd you like, Mo?
Hey, I'm purple and gold all the way through. There is no way I'm rooting for the Boston Celtics to win this series. I still do hope we get a good series. Like I low key think the playoffs, NBA playoffs, has been low key kind of weak this year. But I'm gonna go with Dallas, man. I'm gonna root for Kyrie. I would love to see him get one. I would love for Jason Kidd to get one as a head coach. I think he's been amazing. Luka too. I think Luka's been playing well, MVP status. So it's gonna be a really good series. It's gonna be really tough. I'm really excited to see how Game 1 goes. I'm curious to see the, kind of like the matchups they're gonna try to use, especially on the Dallas side. Like who's gonna guard Tatum, who's gonna guard Brown. How's that gonna work? Are they gonna go small? We got to see how Kristaps Porzingis is going to come off the calf injury as well. But should be a good overall series, and I'm gonna take Dallas in 7. I think Luka gonna surprise them in Boston for Game 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with y'all. I'm going Dallas in 7. I just think that Luka and Kyrie are just more consistent than Tatum and Brown. You don't know what you're gonna get from Tatum and Brown on a night-to-night basis. Like they can look great, and then sometimes they can just look average. You know what I'm saying? So, and Luka and Kyrie, when they're on, they're on. Like they just go from the jump. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas in 7. I got Dallas in 7 for sure. All right, Ms Ballin D, I know you had to get out of here quick, man. We appreciate you coming on, giving y'all insight on the WNBA,
yes.
Giving us some storylines, and we want you to come back on a larger pace. Maybe get you on a Monday so you can come on.
Yes, sir. And y'all got to come on my podcast, man.
Oh, yeah.
We with it.
On my show each and every Wednesday at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Come on, and we can do the same thing on my pod. No Plays on Sports Talk.
Set the date. We there for sure.
Say less.
Sure. All right now.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good show.
Well, all right, buddy. That was a good conversation right there.
How'd you feel about the whole conversation with the Caitlyn Clark thing?
What you mean?
Obviously, I would love for this to be the last time we talk about this topic. I'm sure you're burnt out as well. But just the piggyback off this, like, where do you see this going from here? Do you think this thing starts slowly quieting down, or do you think this starts getting worse?
I think eventually it'll quiet down. I just think I think we're in this period where the casuals are watching now, and the casuals don't understand the WNBA. They think they think it's a bunch of girls just flopping and frailing around, just shooting the basketball around, and a bunch of air balls and bad shots, and they don't know that these girls are ballers. You know what I'm saying? They out here putting it in, and it's a physical game. Skylar Diggins just got a bloody face the other night. Beat the hell up. She got smacked in her face. Like, come on, man. Like, these girls are real. And I've always said this, and you can agree with me or not agree with me. Women in sports, they are very good. They are way more competitive than men.
Way more, bro. They be ready. Women, they be ready to throw down, bro. They ain't like men, bro. They be like, nah, we gonna talk that mess, but we ain't really gonna do nothing.
We ain't really gonna
women,
do
bro.
that.
Soon, somebody here gonna get pulled, bro.
Yeah, women are way more ruthless when it comes to sports. I didn't play against some girls back in the day when I was in high school, or whatever. I didn't cause some knees to the thigh, cause some elbows to the face. So, so it doesn't surprise me that it's a very competitive game. And like you said, it's been competitive since the conception. Teresa Witherspoon and that Chicago Sky team is in the mode of her. Like, tough, hard defense, rebounds. Like, Angel Reese was perfect for Teresa Witherspoon. Camila Cardoza, when she start getting going, she's perfect for that team.
100%,
Let me ask you a question. If Caitlyn Clark was the same size as Angel Reese or Camila Cardoza, would people be talking about her like she's this little princess, or would they be like, nah, she big, she tough? Is it because she's
it kind of depends. Like if you're trying to tell me does she still have the game that she does have now, or does she have the game of like an Angel Reese Cardoza style?
She's a little bit more versatile. She got a little bit of both.
I don't know, because then it's just like where was the hype? Where was the hype for Breonna Stewart? Where's the hype for Della Dawn? Like, I get it, like Della Dawn obviously is an American-born player. Diana Taurasi, you know, like she was on UConn. Like she was like to me, she was like the female Kobe, dog. Like she was nasty, bro. She was like she talked that shit and she backed it up. So I think with Caitlyn Clark, it was just a perfect storm, man. I just think with her, you know, Iowa, you know, blue collar college town, white girl, you know, she has the flashy game in the sense is like, yeah, she is shooting the 30-40 foot 3-point jump shots. You know, she has the passing ability, she's fast breaking it. Like we're not going to get in the new details of it. Like, yeah, we could talk about the efficiencies pretty low, and all that. Turnover ratio is not a good look, but you know, it's her game is eye pleasing. It just really is. Like no one's sitting here and going to deny it. It's just the perfect storm. But like I said, hopefully, you know, people just get more educated, calm down, and just have more of a common knowledge of the WNBA and stop begging these ladies to just, you know, worship and kiss the feet of Caitlyn Clark because, you know, she's the meal ticket and she like you don't think these women don't understand that, but at the same time you're asking them not to be competitive. That's not being an athlete. You're asking them not to do what they've been known to do. They grew up being an athlete. They grew up being competitive. Like that's just, you're not taking that out. And if you're asking them to take that out, you don't ask NBA players to do that. You don't ask NFL players to do that. So what are we doing? If we want them to be more of the NBA tier, like this is what's gonna happen. Like Caitlyn Clark, yeah, like she gonna have to grow up. She gonna have to muscle up and take these lumps and take these bruises that's gonna come with her career because yeah, she gonna have targets on her. It's just the reality of it. What do you think? What do you think all these number one picks had to go through? It's no different at all. She's not going through anything different that any male or women player has ever gone through being a top player pick in the draft. It's just the reality of it, you know?
It happens in every sport.
Every sport.
So. Basketball, football. You think got the wild when Patrick Mahomes was getting all, they like, we're gonna get this dude.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say
Joe Burrows, we're gonna get him.
Absolutely. Like, you know so I'm gonna say this here. Me personally, I'm not talking about Caitlyn Clark no more unless if it's game related. Right. But I think we should focus more on the other storylines, as Ms Ballin D said. Start bringing more light to the WNBA with the other ladies, and you know, just try to push this conversation forward. I think that would be healthy for a lot of people who have podcasts and national media. If we all want to see this league grow, I think we need to get beyond the Caitlyn Clark story. Yes, bring her involved in a sense what it has to do with the game, not with the outside noise. And I think that would just be for the better for this league and for those women. Even for Caitlyn Clark. Because I agree, the more we keep talking about it on this light, it's going to burn people out of the Caitlyn Clark story, and it's going to lose its lust sooner or later.
Yeah, it is. Got to talk about your Lakers, brother.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
JJ Reddick, front runner for Lakers head coaching job, man.
Yeah,
how you feeling, man?
At the end of the day, you know, we've been kind of hearing about this for the last couple of weeks, so it's not really surprising. I just think right now, with the candidate selections that we have out there, it's just nothing really too eye-popping. You kind of saw it with, you know, the whole, you know, we started hearing noise about JJ Reddick possibly becoming the head coach of the Lakers. I just think it ties in with the LeBron James thing to me. LeBron James can sit here and tell me anything that he wants. They're saying that he doesn't have any influence on the coaching situation. I find that really hard to believe. I find it really hard to believe that his son is sticking in the draft, that he's projected to be in around the same range as our 55th pick. Like, I just don't find any of this being a coincidence. At this point, it just is what it is. I've already explained myself as a Laker fan. Me personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm burnt out on the LeBron James era of the Lakers. I'm really looking forward to the next set of this next era of the Lakers organization, as far as like getting past the LeBron James thing, figuring out what we want to do with Anthony Davis. I really hope JJ Reddick can be a good coach. Like, I'm tired of us hiring coaches and going through this, you know, rotation every year of, you know, trying to find our identity, it's just getting really worrisome on how this organization is being ran. At the end of the day, if he's going to be our coach, I'm going to root for him and hope for the best. And hopefully he can just, hopefully they can surround him amongst, some really knowledgeable coaches, assistant coaches. From what I've heard, it sounds pretty promising. But we'll have to see what the final results are. So, it just is what it is at this point.
For sure.
What do you think? What's your opinion on the JJ Reddick hire?
I'm not the biggest JJ Reddick guy. Yeah, because he comes off like the smartest guy in the room type deal.
That's true.
What I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know. Is he going to be able to galvanize the troops? You know what I'm saying? I know he's played the game and whatever. And it seems like a lot of people respect JJ Reddick. They do. A lot of NBA players, but I've just never been a fan of a coach who just comes off the street. I've never been a fan of that. Like, you gotta have something. Like, this game is so hard. Like, and you just bring somebody. And I get it. He's played the game, but that's still. There's been players who have played on a way higher level and had to come in and be assistant coaches and cut their teeth and pay their dues. Jason Kidd had to pay his dues. Like, a lot of these dudes had to pay their dues. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like,
yeah. Do you think players within that organization, if he does get hired, will look? You think they will trust the situation, or do you think they think this is just a LeBron James kind of thing? And
I mean,
they should be getting prepared to get traded by All-Star Week, All-Star break.
The LeBron, you got to know, if you're not AD, outside of that, you're not safe.
Well, how do you feel if you're AD? If you keep hearing that, LeBron misses Kyrie being his duo partner and all this other type stuff, like,
I mean, I don't know, because that's just one of the things you'd have to have that conversation with LeBron. I don't know what LeBron is telling him. LeBron could be like, man, I ain't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could been taken out of context. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? People get a sentence from somebody and be like, how you feel about Kyrie? Man, I miss him on the squad, and they could have just put the headline: LeBron James misses Kyrie as his duo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it just look crazy. So I don't know. He might not. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he misses Kyrie, of course, but I don't know. I think you guys will get another player. I do think y'all are gonna get another.
Yeah, the other player is Bronny James. that's the other player. The other player we're getting.
No, I think y'all gonna get another like superstar player.
Yeah, I'm just tired of the passive aggressiveness that LeBron James does every year, man. It's just the same story, man. I said I'm burnt out, but Lakers are my team, so I'm always gonna root for them. But I really don't have high expectations this year. I just don't.
For sure. Is Stephen A. Smith's ego getting too big at ESPN? Now, after the Monica McNutt situation, he gets on his podcast that night, and he pretty much does a Denzel and says, "You do this shit to me."
Yeah. No, he did do that.
You do this to me, you'll be reporting on local news when I'm done with you. But no, he went on there and pretty much said all the women on ESPN First Take is big because of First Take. That's pretty much what he said. And there's been, we always get these reports about how Stephen A. Smith is the reason why this person gets fired and not coming back. I think that's why, because I don't think Pat McAfee comes on there anymore, does he?
No, they had that whole falling out that one time. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so he didn't bring back Pat McAfee back. It's just, it just seems like Stephen A. is the top dog over there because he has the top show over there at First Take. And I think he's starting to smell himself. And look, I'm all for black men being on top. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to knock a black man. I'm not saying Stephen A. should get kicked off or should be fired. But do I feel like sometimes his ego can get bruised a little bit and he gets a little petty with it? I do. I feel like he can get real petty. And I think that he feels like because he helped somebody get on the show or, give them TV time that they should, reverence him or, not come at him a certain way. And it's like at the end of the day, especially with the Monica Manesta story, like she said, like if we're gonna have this conversation, let's have this conversation. I'm not gonna sugarcoat, and just because technically you are a boss over here. You're the boss of this is your show, so you are the boss on this show. But I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, and if that's not what you want, then okay, I don't need to be on this show. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why he got rid of Max, even though Max did have some crazy hot takes sometimes. But that's why he got rid of Max, because Max would challenge him on a day-to-day basis, and he would never back down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas, and I love Shannon Sharp, but ever since he's been the first take, it just seems like all he does is agree with Stephen A. That's all he do. Like they really don't disagree on a lot of stuff. They just, unless it's like them talking about the Lakers, because Shannon Sharp's a Laker fan. Other than that, outside of that, it's like they agree on everything. So
Yeah.
there's really no pushback between those two. It's always those two teaming up to go at whoever, whether it be Molly or, whatever guest is on the show, Kendrick Perkins or whoever.
Yeah.
So do I think his ego is getting too big? Yeah, I do. I think it's getting a little big, and I think he needs to humble himself because we've seen it too many times how they've given black people power, and them white executives will show you real quick that we made you, we can destroy you.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
I think he needs to dial it down a little bit and not come off like, oh, if it wasn't. And look, it is true. He's giving them a big platform to voice their opinions and to put their voices out there and talk. And regardless if we agree with him or don't agree with him, he's giving these not just black women but black men platform to express themselves, and I applaud him for that. But don't get on your podcast and be like, well, I'm the reason why you were able to do this, like as if you better recognize, what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I do think his ego gets a little bit too big, and I think that he can be a little fragile sometimes mentally, and he can be a little petty, and you could tell.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you. I think ESPN has gone too Stephen A. heavy. It just gets to the point with Stephen A. where every topic is literally he'll take any topic and it'll revert back to himself. You know what I mean? And it's just I don't know. I just get turned off it by a lot. I think Stephen A. has done a lot of great things for black media as far as like pushing that agenda. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. He's probably opened up a lot of doors for a lot of up and coming black media members for sure. So no one's gonna sit here and deny that. He will definitely be in one of those media hall of fames. Like he just will. Like we cannot sit here and deny the success that he has had with First Take and all that, and taking over. We all kind of saw his personality when he was kind of like covering Allen Iverson at the time, and people like that. It was something new, it was something energetic. You know what I mean? Like that was Skip Bayless and all those kind of things. But I wish ESPN would go back to the days of like they had just a multitude of personalities: the Dan Patricks, the Stuart Scotts, the Chris Bermans, Tom Jacksons. The list go on and on. Like that talent pool was so deep when ESPN started, originating. So, yeah, man, I think sooner or later, I wouldn't be surprised if Stephen A. or an ESPN split. I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon, but you starting to hear rumblings of that a little bit more and more, of him kind of wanting to do his own thing. I think he even has his own production company now and stuff like that. I feel like they're kind of gearing Shannon Sharp to be kind of like the heir apparent to Stephen A. And probably slowly start trying to implement him in more stuff. Maybe even try to do like kind of a deal with, maybe bring his show a part of it, like kind of like a Pat McAfee thing where it's not total control, but they still be on maybe some of their networks and stuff, maybe like a late night thing or whatever. Maybe bring the Chad Ocho thing. But overall, man, I think we all can kind of see it with Stephen A. Smith, man. He's a little bit too into himself. So everything you said is correct. It's not really too much left to be said about this.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man, let's do our bet at Shore 5 picks, man.
Let's do it. You want me to go first or you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously we got the NBA Finals tomorrow. So I'm gonna take Dallas plus 6.5. I don't know who's gonna win, but I think Dallas will cover. I think a lot of these games are gonna be close, especially the Celtics don't have that leverage of the pace. How the Pacers did. They fumbled a lot of those games at the end, the last 3 minutes of the game. You're not gonna get that with the Mavericks, so they're gonna keep it close. I'm also gonna take the over 215 in that game. I think there's gonna be a lot of points in the game, and then I'm gonna take the New York Liberty -7. I know it's a lot of points, but the Liberty have been playing really strong. They play Atlanta tomorrow, so I think they should be able to cover that.
I'm going with the upset. Game 1, Dallas. Money line, baby. Going money line, baby. Kyrie and Luka have a great game. They ball out. On baseball, I got the Yankees and I got the Dodgers.
Nice.
And then I got where is it at? And then NHL, I'm going with the Panthers. Florida Panthers.
Okay. That started with Saturday, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you go to our Twitter page, and the Twitter page is pinned up on our Twitter page, and then if you go to our YouTube page, you can see the link of the BetUs app. First time users, you sign up, put in the promo code join125, get 125% signing bonus, minimum of $100 betting, you get 125% signing bonus, and that's the 3 risk-free bets, and you get 10% gambler's insurance. So go ahead and sign up for BetUs. Go ahead and make you some money, man.
So,
man, it's the end of an era, brother. My God.
I hate to laugh at this, but my man went outside, but
my man's Deontay Bomb Squad, the Browns Bomb Squad. This was my guy, man. Deontay Wilder. He had a fight last weekend, and it wasn't good, man. He got knocked down. Got knocked out by Zhang. So shout out to Zhang, man. Zhang is a beast, man. Dude's a big old, massive Asian man, and you could just see the weight. He was 285, probably 290 in the main ring, and what's his name was only 214 in the weighing scale. That I ain't gonna lie, I was a little scared when I saw that. I was like,
yeah,
I don't know about this one, Wilder. And you could just tell, like, he was hitting that right hand. It just wasn't hurting Zhang.
Yeah,
it was not hurting Zhang at all. And I knew then. I said, yeah, this ain't looking too good for you, Wilder. You ain't hurting him at all. And then he just called him flush, bing, right on that jaw. And I don't know what you was doing, Wilder, when you was talking to the ref. I don't know if you're trying to tell the ref, like, what are you doing?
I have no idea what my man was doing.
He hit you. You hit him with the spin, and he caught you right on that nose, and you was done.
Yeah,
it was over. And,
the
question is, how will you be remembered? Look, say what you want about Deontay Wilder. I know he wasn't the most polished boxer. And look, when it comes to heavyweights, I don't want you to look like Floyd, man. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like Lennox Lewis, because he fought like a welterweight. I want the heavyweight dudes to be just throwing haymakers and punching each other in the face. Look, I know we all love Muhammad Ali. He was a different breed. All right. It was a different breed. And he was a smaller heavyweight too. He was like 215 to 210 himself. You know what I'm saying? He was just he was tall, but his body, he had to box the way he boxed because he was a smaller heavyweight. So but he gave us some of the more memorable in his era of boxing. He gave us some of the most memorable moments when it comes to knockouts. I understand he didn't fight the greatest boxers in the world, but he knocked out some guys and he gave us some moments. The Sterving part 2 knockout that he did in the first round, where he pummeled the dude under a minute of the round. One of the best knockdowns I've ever seen, man.
Yeah.
One of the best beatdowns. The knockout, what was that? What was my man's name? I forgot dude's name. But he came in the ring, stepped back, hit him with the jab. And that's another thing. Whenever Wilder hit him with the jab with the follow-up right, I just wish he would did that more. But he gave us some moments, man.
Yeah.
Some memorable knockouts, man.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? I always knew first round was not safe.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you brought him out, you know what I'm saying? If you outboxed him, it was always that chance that right hand was going to connect. And it always did, man. Luis Ortiz, when he fought Luis Ortiz, both fights got to the
Mm-hmm.
seventh round. It was looking shaky. Actually, the first fight went to like the eighth or ninth round.
Yeah.
Got a little shaky for Deontay Wilder in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
The eighth round, he caught him. Then the ninth round, he probably one of his best uppercuts I've ever seen him do.
Yeah.
So I'm always gonna remember Deontay Wilder. He gave us some great moments as a heavyweight. He'll be one of the better heavyweights in this era of boxing. I'm not saying greatest of all time, but in this era of boxing, I think he was he definitely had one of the biggest, strongest rights of all times.
Yeah.
So I'm always gonna remember that. But it's time to retire, man. It's time to hang him up. Put them gloves, like you said in the other day off the show. Put the gloves on the rope, man. It's over. Hang
Yeah.
him
I think for me personally, it's gonna be a what could have been. Just he was just an incomplete fighter. You know what I mean?
But to have 43 wins, that's kind of impressive.
But I'm just saying, like, he could have been so much better. I just don't understand how you went all the way through without having some kind of boxing skill. You know what I mean? Just imagine if he had the boxing skill of a Lennox Lewis to go along with that power, how much even be like Tyson Fury. If he could just been something like that, not maybe to the T, but give me at least like 70% of that. Man, Deontay Wilder would have been the best heavyweight, and I don't even think it would have been close.
I agree.
But we never got that. You know what I mean? It's just, just the body type. It seemed like he was, defined on the upper, but on the lower, we all know about his legs, bro. Shit was some of the saddest things I've ever seen from a boxer. Like, I've never seen legs like that on a heavyweight. You know what I mean? And I never understood what his training was. You know what I mean? Because he never developed anything. He never developed the jab. He never developed the hook. It was always straight right hands. You know what I mean? Or flailing right hand hooks. You know what I mean? It was never like crisp work, So
No, it wasn't.
It was a very, he made the fights ugly, and when he connected, you felt that connection. You know what I mean? No one sit there and deny it. I do agree with you. I think he had one of the most devastating rights of all time in the heavyweight division. But it's just what could have been for me, man. He could have been just
so
he
much
could have
greater.
just been all-time great. He could have been in an all-time great status, but it's kind of sad just to see the way he went out in the last couple fights he did. We were all kind of clamoring for that Anthony Joshua. We never got that fight. It doesn't look like we're ever going to get that fight.
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it. I think at this moment in time, I think it's just best for him. Just maybe if he wants to continue fighting, take some of these celebrity fights, man. Make that bread, keep it simple.
Bro,
nothing crazy. I know one's gonna be mad at you at this point.
Deontay, put a suit on, grab a microphone, and just talk boxing.
Do that too.
Just do that.
Nah,
when they cut to the segment, hey, we have Deontay Wilder here. We wanted to ask him about this fight. That's all I want to see you doing, brother. I don't want to see you in that ring no more, because you don't got that. You don't have that fire no more. Like, I remember your press conferences, bro. You used to talk about killing people.
Yeah.
Murdering people, man.
It's just, I don't think it's him no more, man. And the way he's going down, it's going like Roy Jones Jr. down. I'm like, bro, I do not want to see him take another. I do not want to see him take another knockout like that. Just the way, it wasn't even like he's fighting, he's looking good, and he just got hit with one and it just happens. You know what I mean? It was like literally like, what is this man doing when he got knocked down? So, but yeah, hey, shout out to Deontay Wilder, bro. You had a hell of a career no matter what.
You're gonna be a Hall of Famer.
You're gonna be a Hall of Famer. You're a champion, bro. We've always rooted for you, man. If that's your last fight, it sucks you went out that way, but always hold your head up high, bro. Like you're a champion at all times, brother. So congratulations on your career if you do decide to retire.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Somebody got paid in the NFL, man.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson got paid. He got the bag. He is the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. Not just wide receiver, non-quarterback in the league. He got $140 million contract, 110 guaranteed. They don't tell you the years. How many years is it? 4?
I think it's like 4 years or something like that.
But we knew this was coming. This shouldn't be no surprise. We shouldn't be looking at this deal like, what the hell was they thinking? Like, nah, man. Actually, I thought he was gonna get a little bit more.
Yeah,
personally, you know what I'm saying. But hey, shout out to Justin Jefferson. He deserves this deal, and it's just when you got a rookie quarterback and a JJ McCarthy, is that his name? JJ McCarthy.
Well, Sam Darnold will be the starter, but JJ McCarthy,
yeah. So. But regardless, you got 2 cheap quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, on cheap deals. You pay the weapons around them. You definitely pay the best wide receiver in the league right now. So this ain't no surprise to me. Shout out to Justin Jefferson. Well deserved. I just know one thing. Your brother on the other side of Cincinnati, he about to get the bag too. He probably get more than you.
Does he deserve to get more than him, though? That's the question.
It ain't about what you deserve.
No, I get it. Yeah, I agree with you though. This is not surprising news at all. We all expected Justin Jefferson to get this contract. I'm surprised he didn't wait a little bit longer and wait to see what CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Ayuk and you still got T Higgins out there, Jamar Chase. There's still a slew of wide receivers that need to get paid. But he got his bread. He's well deserved. I think he's the best wide receiver in the game next to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is now starting to ask for more money. I know he's probably smiling like a motherfucker right now.
Bag. What are you talking about?
He's from what I heard, he's thinking about asking for more money. But at the end of the day, man,
in the press conference, you can't win in this league by being greedy. Shut up.
Hey, man, I'm just curious to see what that number is with CD and Jamar. I'm curious to see what the numbers look like.
I can see Jamar getting slightly more. I don't think CD gets more. I think
that one's gonna be tough though. Like CD want that bread, so it's like now we got to see the ripple effects. I think it's not. I don't think the news is Justin Jefferson getting paid. We all knew that was gonna happen. I think it's gonna be the ripple effects of this deal. Like, what is this? What is gonna cause this? What's gonna happen with CeeDee Lamb? Like, Dallas Cowboys got to make a tough decision. They got Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and CD. I don't think they could keep all of them at the rates that all 3 of those players are going to be wanting. You know what I mean? So, and then again, Jamar Chase, you got the T Higgins situation, you got the Brandon Ayuk and Debo situation. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, what if you with this deal? Who are you going to be paying attention to see who gets the next deal next? Or is it going to be? You think it's going to be CD? Do you think it's going to be Jamar, or do you think it's going to be something surprising like maybe a Brandon Ayuk, Debo finally gets traded? Or
I think Brandon Ayuk will get paid next, but I don't think this Justin Jefferson did. I think it affects him, but it doesn't affect him in a way like Jamar and CD. Like, I don't think Brandon Ayuk is getting Justin Jefferson money. I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I could see him getting somewhere around, probably close to 90. I could see something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. If you're gonna sit there and trade away Debo, like, I think he's gonna be asking for the bread though. Yeah, you still ain't paying Purdy. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck you.
True,
you pay me right now. You ain't paying Purdy right now.
No, you're right about that. But at the same time, if I'm Lynch, I'm like, brother, you ain't just Jefferson.
No,
good. You're good. Man. I don't even know if you're Jamar Chase.
You don't think he could be Jamar Chase though?
I don't know. I think Jamar Chase is special. I just don't think that because his quarterback has been hurt so much, I don't think he gets to show it as much. But I think he's special. I think Jamar. I saw Jamar Chase against us. I saw him take a ball and between 3 defenders, split them and just run for the touchdown. That boy is special.
So you think he gonna get? So who think is gonna get more than Justin Jefferson?
I think Jamar Chase will get it.
You think Jamar Chase
I don't think CD will. I think he'll get around it, but I don't think he'll get more.
Okay.
CD is nice. Don't get it twisted. I think I think he's a great receiver. I don't think he's going. I think he's like under those. I think it's Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase is like right here, and then CD's like right here, and then Brandon Ayuk is like down there. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. I feel you.
So, and Miami, if they pay Tyreek Hill, then they're not paying to him.
What do you think about the Tua Wait situation? Have you seen the pictures of Tua? What do you think about
like
it?
a little kid, man.
Nah, he do look like a little kid. Look like my
I
man
didn't even
just
know
got
that
out of
was
high
him in
school.
this one video. His hair all long. I was like, that's
Yeah, I didn't even
cool.
recognize him, bro. I think he was doing like photos or something with the fans. I'm like, hey, Tua, dog. I think y'all getting bamboozled, my guy.
I said, where's Tua at? Oh, that's him.
Yeah, me too. Like, does that make you more worried or like what do you think? What do you think?
Already? Yeah, he
Nah,
get smaller.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the weight cut, but I was. I think Tyreek Hill was kind of saying like he was getting a little thick, so he might have,
That's
lost
how
some
I
weight.
felt about Lamar Jackson. I'm like, what you getting smaller for? Your injury history? You got the bag, so he don't care.
Yeah, he good. He's straight.
He don't care.
He probably wants to play at a lighter weight anyway. The older he gets, he wants to try to keep that speed. So I kind of understand it on Lamar's side.
Yeah, for sure. But no, it'll be interesting to see how these receivers get paid, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Glad my Chiefs ain't got that problem. Oh, Lord Jesus. Blind rankings, top 10.
All right, yeah, man. So we're gonna do a blind ranking, man. I'm gonna randomly select some names. So this is gonna be NFL quarterbacks. All right. So you're gonna play some out of the top 10. 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. All right. Are you ready, sir, for this game?
Let's get it.
All right, my man. Spin number 1. Here we go. And the name I got is Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota. He ain't even top.
You got to blind rank him, man.
Jeez.
It's randomized. It's randomized, baby.
I guess I'll put him at 10.
You gonna put Marcus at 10? All right. Next spin. Here we go. Dak Prescott.
7.
7. Okay. All right. Next one. Ryan Tannehill.
9. He's number 9.
All right. Let's see. All right. Next one. Ooh. Mason Rudolph.
What? Can I switch?
Nah, man. This is blind ranking, bruh.
He's number 8, man.
Damn, you got him over Marcus Mariota? That's crazy.
I mean, they about the same player.
All right, next one. Taylor Heineke.
Really?
Damn, dog. So you got 1 through 6.
You got to be 6.
Man, you got him over Dak. That's
I
crazy.
I really don't.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Deshaun Watson.
5.
5 for Deshaun.
This is about 5 years ago.
I got some newer names on here. Oh, man. He was in the league. Now he's out. Joe Flacco.
Oh, my God. 0.
I'm assuming you're going to put him at 4, huh?
I'm going to have to.
Damn, that's crazy.
This top 10 list is trash.
Well, that's why they call it blind rankings, my brother. Nah, we're going to redo that shit. Jesus Christ, I keep getting the same goddamn name. All right, Trevor Lawrence.
3.
3. Got 2 more spots.
Oh, give me some good ones, man.
Ugh, Mac Jones.
Jeez.
Damn, dog.
This list is horrible.
All right, man. Obviously, this will be your number one quarterback on the list.
Give me Patrick.
Josh Allen. Got Josh Allen. There you go. There you go.
I take it.
So your list, your top 10 list was
It's
Josh
horrible.
Allen, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Flacco, Deshaun, Taylor Heineke, Dak, Mason Rudolph, Ryan Tannehill, and Marcus Mariota. That's a hell of a list, my brother.
Terrible list. A horrible list.
That's like hilarious.
I don't like that game. You don't know what you get, man.
That's just tough.
All right, man. UFC 303 in jeopardy.
Yeah, man. So obviously UFC 303 is coming in June 28th out here in Las Vegas during International Fight Week. It's it's the big convention for UFC. So obviously the main card is Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. People are pretty excited about this fight with obviously Conor McGregor hasn't been in the ring for almost 3 years now after that broken leg incident. So, people were getting pretty hyped after 302. On Monday there was supposed to be a press conference, but surprisingly it was canceled. A couple hours before it was supposed to start, so it sparked up a lot of questions about what's going on with Conor McGregor, whether if the fight was even going to happen. Obviously, we've been seeing video all over social media of him partying, 4 weeks out from the fight. It's getting, dangerous times. I even saw some things where ESPN even kind of started pulling some of the promo of this fight. But luckily today I did start seeing I did see T-Mobile post about it. So I think that's promising news. I think there's still silence on the UFC's part, so people are still kind of like a little hesitant right now. But from the podcast and other people who are very in the nose of what's going on, a lot of them has said that there's no really foul play as far as like what's going on, as far as like maybe him, getting like a drug, thing or something like that, or him having some out the ring, kind of experiences where it's, jail or anything like that. So we shall see. I'm sure we'll hear something soon. Like I said, the fight is almost 3 weeks away, so it's going to be kind of hard to replace this fight. A couple fighters have said they would step in. You have Volkanovski. He's coming off that loss to Islam again. He hasn't fought in I think almost like 7 months now. Alex Pereira, I think he's even acknowledged that he'd be willing to do it. So we shall see, man. I really hope we do get this Conor McGregor fight. I'm really excited to see Conor McGregor back in the ring. Mm-hmm. He's probably been one of my favorite UFC fighters. So we'll see, man. Hopefully this gets going.
Yeah, for sure, man. Conor McGregor definitely, brought a lot of casual fans, because his personality and he was a great fighter at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible actor though. Terrible actor.
Terrible. I haven't seen the movie.
That's just gruesome as fuck. They be fucking breaking shit.
The original Roadhouse is a classic. So,
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's have a little open convo.
Let's do it.
Did you see Bia and Cardi B are going at it?
I saw it. I was kind of listening to academics. I kind of get a little bit of my info from him, but he kind of was kind of like reviewing it, where it seemed like Cardi B kind of hinted at it seems like it's like a thing where Bia accused her of like stealing the way I think stealing the song or stealing the music video idea or something like that. Why is it always with these female artists? It's always something like that. But anyways, I saw it. I think it's to do about nothing. I don't understand what the big deal is, but that's just me.
Cardi B sent shots on that remix with Megan Thee Stallion. Then Bia put out her diss record, which Bia, you need to go back to the drawing board, baby girl. That wasn't it.
Yeah.
But it's the year of the beef, man.
Nah, it is. It is. You saw Kendrick. You saw Kendrick doing his finally coming out. With the pop out concert.
Ken and Friends.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you expect?
Snoop gonna be there. Dr. Dre. No.
You think it's gonna be like a whole West Coast movie? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think he gonna do Not Like Us? You think he gonna do that?
If he don't,
Nah, yeah, if you don't,
Yeah, we
that shit gonna be
lying.
live. That shit gonna be live, bro.
We
I was low
told
key
you
debating,
that.
like I low key want to go, but it's a Wednesday, so we gotta do the pod. So
It's like that, man. And not like
that
that.
shit
You
gonna
know,
be
there's gonna be a whole video of that.
on Juneteenth. Ain't that Juneteenth too?
Niggas out here see walking and getting hyphy.
Yeah, that shit gonna be that shit gonna be hype. That shit gonna be hype, man. Shout out to Kendrick, man. Shout out to Kendrick. Yo, I don't know if you saw this shit. I know we put it on the tab. I know we didn't get to it, but I did see something. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to see if I can find it. It was something where IKEA was they're doing a virtual store in Roblox, and they're actually hiring actual employees through the video game where they actually get paid an hourly wage to work the virtual store. I wanted to get your thoughts. Like, what do you think about that? Like, would you do that job? Would you take that job?
I don't know.
Would you take that job? I think it was like 14 euros or something. 14 euros an hour. I don't know how much that is.
I've never played. I've seen it play, but I've never played Roblox a day in my life. So,
would you apply for that job? Would you like you just you're being a virtual clerk?
I guess I check it out. I see what it's about.
Motherfuckers gonna be making more than you. Just sitting at the crib.
Might as well just do Sims.
Like, do you see that? Like, I thought it was very interesting in the sense, like, I could honestly see that being more of a thing. I really could. You know what I mean?
Just virtually work.
Yeah, honestly, like have virtual avatar. Yeah, have like virtual avatars. And
work from home avatars, huh?
I'm low key starting. I just I think
clock in and shit.
Well, because you already have that trend ever since COVID, where people, a lot of people don't want to go back to the workspace anymore. A lot of people would love to work at home. I think the work at home job is probably one of the more hotter jobs that people want to have. You know what I mean? I think it's something that I think that's something that I could see becoming a real trend. I really do. Especially with the popularity of video games and a lot of media people, people on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. I just want to be surprised by it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I mean, it's definitely gonna happen. Yeah, but I don't know, man. We'll see. You got anything else?
House of Dragon come out Sunday. I'm excited, but House of Dragon come out Sunday. Hey, yo, and then I also want to say this. I want to say fuck you to my coworker Whitney for making me watch that fucking what's that fucking movie called? Baby Reindeer. Hey, yo, I told her to her face, but I want to say it on my national podcast. Yo, fuck you. Like, I really am mad that you made me watch that shit. I hope you hear this. I still love you though, but I still got love for you though. But like that show is fucking nuts, bro. Have you seen that shit?
No.
Bro, there's like an episode, bro, where I wish I never saw that shit. This shit's fucking crazy. It's nuts, bro. Homie get turned out. It's crazy.
Turned out.
Are you gonna watch it or you want me to tell you? All right. So spoiler alert. If you were gonna watch it, I suggest you not to watch. So pretty much it's based on this comedian. I think he's like in like England or something, whatever. It's like this like terrible comedian who's trying to become up and coming or whatever. So in the beginning portions of the show, there's this like big girl that ends up, kind of like, being one of the ones that really enjoys the show. So then she ends up falling in love with the motherfucker and stalking the dude, right? So, you have a couple episodes of that, but then it gets to this one episode where, he's trying to get his comedian act going. He meets this guy who's a writer on a prominent comedy show, and then they start building a relationship. He gets him to start helping him out, and then he starts inviting him over to his house. So they're writing and all that, but then my man starts drugging him. He starts drugging him, and then like you see in the actual scene where he's actually laying on the couch and he's like in this drug state. But then he kind of snaps out of it, and then all of a sudden there'll be a moment where you see like the guy, the writer, having his head on his stomach with his hand down his pants and shit like that, right? So then, you know, it's a couple more things where it just get continuously worse, right? But you don't actually see him do the act. Well, it gets to this one part where you actually see him raping him, like butt raping him. And then, you know, then he kind of realizes what's going on. He has a girlfriend, a black girlfriend. Why that? He's a white comedian with a black girlfriend. Ruins his relationship. And then now he's just confused. So now he starts watching gay porn. He can't stop watching gay porn. He's like, you know, jerking off to the shit. Then he starts saying, fuck it. I'm just going to fuck females and guys and just try to figure out what the fuck I love, what the fuck I like, because now I don't know, you know what I mean? Because he's watching the gay porn, he can't stop jerking off to the gay porn. So now he's having sex with women, he's having sex with men, he's begging to get raped by people. Like he wants to experience like what's going on. So there's this one scene where it's just like he goes into like this drug house and there's this like big buff dude and he just lets him do whatever he wants to him. And it just kind of I stopped watching from there. Like I guess it gets worse. From what she told me, I guess he ends up dating a tranny. He ends up dating a transgender person, and he ends up being with that person and all that. But then he ends up can't get off on that anymore. So he ends up getting off on the fat girl that originally was stalking him. And this is based on a true story, supposedly. So like the actor that plays the comedian, I guess, is the real comedian that this all happened to. So this is why I said, this is why I said that.
Yeah, I won't be watching that.
Nah, bro, but it's something that was not expected, bro. I was not expecting that episode, bro. I was like, bro, this is nuts, bro. So I'm sure that shit will probably win some award, you know what I mean? But that shit was just not for me, my guy. It was just too much.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
I did watch Dune 2. Dune 2 was fire.
Was
Dune 2 was fire. Dune 2 was really good. I do need to watch that Godzilla movie. They added that Godzilla, what is it? -0 or something like that on Netflix. -1. Yeah, I do gotta watch that. I heard great things about that too. So
I gotta watch it too.
Yeah,
for sure. You got anything else?
Nah, man, you got anything? How was your trip, man? Tell us about your trip.
Oh,
I know we talked about it, but
it was fun, man. We had a good time, man. Shout out to the people at the Trap Museum. It was a good experience. You walk in and see all the dope and Libra scales and money, but it had some art pieces, and it had a section with like Nikes on the wall and Air Force Ones, and show the area where they people got their grills from. I had like this big pink, I think it's a Monte Carlo, and like it was all painted pink, tires is pink and everything, and had different pictures, and had a section for I forgot to tell you that, I had a section with Nipsey Hussle.
Okay, that's dope. That's fire.
Yeah, a little dope spot for him, and then they had the I forgot the name of the Future album. I don't listen to Future like that, but the purple coming out the Sprite or whatever. Had a big one of that. Like a big picture of that. It looked dope. Yeah, man, it was dope. It had a stripper pole too.
Oh shit. How was the Southern hospitality? You get the Southern hospitality. How was the food?
The food was pretty good. We went to this place, Candy Bears of Escape. Her mother has a restaurant called Old Lady Gang. It's her and her mother and her aunties. Nice little intimate spot. You know what I'm saying? It's not big. It's just real like small. It's kind of small, but it's cool. Good food. You know what I'm saying? The catfish was good that I had. My lady, she said it was pretty good. What else? Went to this illusion museum. That was more so for the kids. It had some cool stuff in there, but it was more so for the kids. I think the kids more so would enjoy that. There was a lot of kids in there. We went to this tavern. It was a nice little spot. Had good music. You could tell that a lot of people who just want to chill and relax at a nice little bar and grill, or whatever. They go there and watch the games or whatever and just chill. Like I said, there's some good music there. What else did we do? The last night it kind of got messed up because our Lyft driver, he dropped us off like 2 blocks away from the restaurant we were trying to go to, and took another job like right when we got out the car. Some dude getting in the car. So we trying to walk because we thinking it's closer than what it was, but it ended up being further. And then it just started pouring down rain. My girl was mad. I was upset. And I was just like, she was just like, let's go back to the hotel. So went back to the hotel and just chilled.
So how would you rate it? Would you think that would be something you would recommend for people to go visit Atlanta?
Yeah, you definitely want to go experience. And we didn't even get to experience everything. Like I said, like I told you before, I wanted to go see the Martin Luther King tour and the Civil Rights tour to see some of those monuments and stuff. Unfortunately, some of that stuff was closed. They had this thing called the Culture Experience I wanted to go to, where it had all the old TV shows like Martin and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that's
like
fire.
Set pieces, but I think they said they were closed for renovations or something like that. So, hopefully, when we go back, if we do, hopefully we can go for the Atlanta versus Chiefs game. When we go back, we could go to some of those things because they got other like tours and stuff, trolley tours and stuff like that you can go on. And yeah, man, it was a I give it a strong 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go check it out. I've never been to Atlanta, man. So I've heard great things about it. You know what I mean? So I gotta go check it out.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's do flowers of the week, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you got?
I got one. I'm gonna give mine to Kyrie Irving. He obviously he has his anti brand with his sneaker. He made his pops his first athlete sponsored from that. So I think that's the first time it's ever happened. Father son duo. So man, shout out to Kyrie, man. I'm really happy for him, man. It seems like people are changing their perspectives on Kyrie. After the last couple years he's had. So shout out to him. Shout out to his pops.
Yeah, for sure. I'm giving my flowers to us because Friday will be 1 year, man. 1 year of doing this podcast.
Yeah, man.
So I give our flowers to us, man, because we stuck through it. Being a podcaster in this industry is not easy.
Yeah.
It's time consuming, you know what I'm saying? And you got to put a lot of hard work into this, you know what I'm saying? We're coming up with these topics and talking about these topics and, putting the time and effort. And, we definitely, we dedicate ourselves to this podcast to give you guys the best content that we can give you guys. Of course, there could always be growth and we could always get better. But all in all, I think, I appreciate, the time and effort that we did put in this podcast from the start to here we are now. I feel like we've grown a lot and most definitely, looking forward to many more years, man, till we look back and we're making the money that we need to be making. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we could retire off this podcast or open up other doors to other things, you know what I'm saying, to help us retire and, quit our jobs. I just, like I said, I want to give us our flowers. And in August, you know what I'm saying, when we hit that 100 episode mark, hopefully our subscribers will be up to 100. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can start doing that promotion soon. So
yeah, man.
But yeah, man, flowers to you, my brother.
Hey, man, it's been a fun ride, brother. Still ain't done. This is just getting started. I appreciate you, man. You kind of helped me get involved into this, man. Kind of culture me in. It's been fun, bro. It's been fun, and I'm excited to see the growth of this pod. I'm excited to see the growth of us and kind of just the growth we're gonna have amongst this, man. And I appreciate anybody who takes the time to watch these episodes or even listen to them in your car or wherever you're at, man. The 3 people that are in here watching this, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate, Ms Ballin D for just, with her busy schedule, taking the time and supporting our pod and all the other countless guests that we've had, man. It's all love on our end. I'm still learning this game every day. I'm trying to get better at this pod thing. You know, just I remember the first time just listening to my voice. You know what I mean? I was the first episode, man. I was nervous as hell doing this thing, even though it's just, you know, I'm talking to my homie. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, we both have dreams and goals that we would love to see this podcast do, and hopefully, you know, open some other doors for us, man. Because you know, we love talking about. We're big sports fanatics. We love music. You know, we're big, you know, we love video games, we love all that type of stuff. We love movies, man. You know, we're just two geeky guys, man, talking about stuff that we love, man. You know, so hopefully, you know, we'll be able to have the fortune where we can do this a lot more. And hopefully maybe even turn this into our careers, man. So, you know, shout out to you, my brother, man. You know, I'm always thankful for, you know, all your knowledge and all your help that you've helped me with, you know, getting to this point, man. So it's always love on my end, man. And it's always love for anybody that always takes their time to, you know, just to listen to it, even if it's for 10 minutes.
Likewise, my brother. Likewise, man.
My hell no goes to Adrian Broner confessing to me. Motherfucker, you was crazy, dog. You was tripping, bro. That's all I gotta say. You get my hell no of the week, bro. You do that shit on a press conference tour? Nigga, what is wrong with you, my guy? What is wrong? Your brother just can't get right, bro. I swear to God, man. Yeah, he get my hell no.
I was gonna give him a hell no too, but I'll deviate. Our hell no goes to the older man who had a court appearance, virtual court appearance.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
For driving on a suspended license.
That shit was funny.
The judge punches him in on FaceTime. Ask him, "Are you driving?" The man says, "Yes, I'm going to a doctor's appointment. I'm pulling in right now." And you could just see it on the judge's face, like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" This man is driving. Now you couldn't pull over, go inside, chill on a chair, and do this, sir. It just looked like he was oblivious. I don't know if the dude had a disability or whatever, but he looked like he was surprised that the fact that the judge was surprised that he's driving.
Yeah,
and he looked real surprised when the judge said bond is denied. He got till 6 p.m.
to show up,
to
turn himself in.
And he's like, "Oh my God." The prosecution, they got a smile on her face. Like, see, I told you. Just all bad.
Yeah.
All bad.
We gotta do better. We gotta do better, man.
What are you doing, man? And also, I saw this earlier. I think you retweeted this. The young lady that was selling e-cigarettes and
oh yeah, bro,
and marijuana to the ministry.
I have so many questions about that. That mugshot was nuts.
Yeah, terrible. That crossing guard. Now look, you look
Shorty
like
was like 4'3".
Yeah, she was kind of short. She was small. But
who's she saving as a crossing guard?
I don't know. But I mean, there'd be old people doing crossing guards. So, I mean, but still. Selling e-cigarettes and marijuana to the middle school.
No, that shit was still a thing. I didn't know e-cigarettes was still a thing.
What are we doing here, man?
Crazy.
Destroying the youth. That's what you're doing.
Nah, for
you
real.
Get a hell no.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
All right, man. You know how we do it. We got to give a shout out to the sponsors. Glitch Energy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Glitch, man. You know, as you said, year anniversary for us. You know, Glitch was our first partnership, man. So, you know, we always got love for Glitch. So Glitch Energy Drink offers a wide range of delicious flavors to suit everyone's taste preferences, whether in the fruity flavors like Maui Punch, Cherry Bomb, Blue Smurf, and grenades. There's something for everyone. Glitch Energy Drink is not only great for gamers and workout warriors, but also for everyday people who just need a simple boost of energy. It's a healthy choice that you can feel good about. You can find more information and purchase Glitch Energy Drink at glitchenergy.com. Remember to use the promo code Cris and Mal to get 10% off your purchase and start enjoying these great drinks, man. So use that promo code. Shout out to Glitch.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Glitch Energy for sure. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, Cris and Mal podcast is available, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to your podcast on. Cris and Mal podcast is available. Also, if you're a first time watcher on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you could jump into lives with us. You could talk about these topics that we talk about, because we want you guys to be a part of this show just as much as we are. We want to hear from you too. So go ahead and do that. Subscribe and share it with your friends too.
Yeah.
And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Twitch, whatever you use to do your social media on, follow us at Cris and Mal. We will follow you back. We're just regular guys who like to talk about sports, music, just like Mal said earlier. Hit us up, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got a critique, feedback, if you have a topic, if you have a question that you want us to talk, bring up on the show, if we like it and it's within reason of the show, we will bring it up. We will shout you out on the show, man, because we want to show love to the ones that contribute to the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So go ahead and hit us up, whether it be a DM, email, whatever, man. Just hit us up. You can just hit us up in the mentions, and we will hit you back. And we will, if we like the question, we like the feedback, we'll listen to your feedback, your critiques, and all that stuff. So we want to make this show better. We want to make this show get to its fullest potential. We can't do that without you guys. So go ahead and hit us up for sure. All right, y'all. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Don't get into no trouble. You know what I'm saying? If you're outside, be safe out there. If you're an introvert, hey man, catch up on whatever shows, man. But
just not Baby Reindeer.
Yeah, don't watch that show. Unless you're into that type of stuff, don't watch that show. Don't watch that show. Don't watch that. But all right, y'all. Until next time.